So back in April, for the course of a few days, as I was leaving for school, I would come out into the garage and I saw this light brown cat running out. I saw him run off, only using 3 of his legs, holding his right leg to his chest. So I could tell that something was wrong. So I decided that day as I was leaving for school and watching that cat sit out in the rain that I was going to try to take him in and hopefully help his injury and get him home if he had a home to get back to. And then I think it was like 7 o'clock when I went out and the cat was there and got spooked by me coming out, and I was so ecstatic to see the cat again because I was starting to worry if I wouldn't see him again until the next morning like I had seen him the past 3 days. But when I came out, he saw me coming, got spooked, and ran away immediately. You could tell this cat was not used to being around people and uncomfortable with it as well. So when I peeked out through that crack in the garage door, I saw that the cat was just hanging out under my parked car out there. So I was ecstatic that he hadn't completely ran away. So I got another can of food. I left the one that was in the garage, and I went out through the front door, and I had taken off the cap and I set it on the sidewalk. After he had the food on the sidewalk, he went back into the garage where he had remembered there had been food before. I realized that was my opportunity because I had lowered the garage in such a way that if I pressed the remote again, it would go down and shut rather than open back up again. So I very sneakily walked back into the house, ran to get my car keys, ran back outside. My heart's kind of beating fast because, gosh, this is it. This is the moment. And I managed to shut the garage door and he's still in there. I managed to start using treat to let him get me closer. I would put it on a plastic spoon and bring it over to his mouth. And he was interested enough and desperate enough for the food that he didn't care that I was so close. So when I realized I couldn't use the cat carrier we had to get him inside, I would have to come up with something else. When the thought occurred to me that we had a plastic storage bin. At this point, he was comfortable enough with me approaching his bed. So I got close and I used the lid of the container to keep him in his bed. And then I picked it up by its handle with the lid still on and put him in the box. I did my best to quickly and steadily carry him up to the second floor where the spare bedroom was. And as soon as I took the bed out of the box, I had closed the door behind me on my way in. He was out of the bed and under the, human-sized bed in there, in the little hidey hole I had prepared for him. So the next step was to call the vet and get an appointment for this cat. And the easiest time for me to get in would be the next Wednesday. So over the next few days, I would go in there multiple times a day and try to get closer to him. The second night that after I'd gotten him inside, I was down at his level and he came up and nuzzled my face. And I just fell in love with him. And it took me about a day or so to figure out a name for him, but I finally settled on the name Bellamy. So we get to the vet, and with Bellamy he had gotten a wound that got infected and full of pus or something. And so he says, we'll keep him for the day, we'll put him under, drain the pus, clean the wound, give him a shot of antibiotics so you don't have to worry about feeding him a pill for a couple of weeks to help, keep the wound from getting infected again. 3:30 I'd gotten a call saying, okay, we're done, come get your cat. So we took him home and I got him back up into his room, and I could already tell that he felt so much better because I sat down on the bed, he came up to join me, and he was being even more affectionate than before, even crossing my lap a couple of times, trying to get more affection from me. So weeks later, I start letting him sleep with me again, and I find that he wants to sleep with me every night. He stays with me only to leave to go to the bathroom or something. He stays with me all night. Sometimes when my mom comes down in the morning to exercise or something, he'll go investigate or try to get cuddles or food from her. But most of the time, he doesn't want to leave my side. He's just that attached to me. Bellamy is my best friend. He gives me cuddles. He's my teddy bear at night, and when I need to wake up in the morning, he's head booping me till I'm awake. He's very loving for a cat that's been living in the wild for 5 years, but with the way he cuddles me and how much attention he wants attention, he wants love, and I don't know if he knew that during the time before we met, before I took him in, but now he knows he wants it, and now he knows he can get it. Just let me take video of you. Why do you hate it? I just want to see you being cute. Had enough of my crap?